Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for joining us today here for the exciting webinar with yours truly, Jorge Garcia, who is Tech's principal BI and data management analyst here at Tech for over 12 and a half years. We're very excited to be sitting here today. This webinar is brought to you by Technology Evaluation Centers in partnership with technowebinars.com. We just a little housekeeping. We're going to let Jorge over here speak and share his wonderful piece with you. However, if you have any questions, please feel free to type it in the chat. At the end of the session, we're going to go ahead and raise hands and let you open the mics and let you go ahead and speak. If you anything else you need, just send us a chat. Thank you. Jorge, it's over to you.
Thank you so much. Hi there. Thank you so much for taking a bit of your time to be here today. And today I would like to take a moment to reflect on this new software technology called augmented analytics, and how can this modern software is able to provide us with adaptable solutions that can meet our new challenges of producing faster and better insights for the business. So in essence, we will make a quick rundown into the big potential and the benefits of adopting augmented analytics within our any organization. With no further ado, let's start. And I always start with my battle anthem, which is this is all about data. So uh, let's start. So as organizations continue to produce and collect large volumes of data, and business processes become even more complex in nature, there's an increasing need for software solutions that can meet the challenges of producing faster and better insights for the business. One of the results of this is this new type of software is what we call software called augmented analytics. But what makes augmented analytics attractive, and what are the benefits that can add to our existing BI and analytics platforms if we have one? Well, let's take a look at what it means to acquire these capabilities, and by deciphering the two components, or the two important components of this simple expression in front of us, starting of course by defining both business and artificial intelligence. So to start, let's do a brief back to basics exercise to refresh our memories about what BI is and is not. And a very good definition of BI provided by Howard Dresner since 1989 stands true to this day is that BI consists of concepts, methodologies for improvement of business decision. And for that, we often use facts and information to provide supporting systems. One thing I like about Mr. Dresner's definition is the mention that BI is as being not just a tool, but a set of concepts and methodologies for business improvement. And of course, the mention of improvement through the use of facts and information. Well, a concept that could never be more relevant than today, right? Of course, also refers to computer-based techniques used for what? For spotting, digging out, and analyzing business data, such as sales revenue, for example, by products or departments, or to check out on associated costs and incomes. Many things can be measured with data these days. Of course, these tools and methodologies are follow a very simple rule of process and analyze data about the business generated by a very distinct types of enterprise software systems, or data extracted from many other different systems such as ERP, CRM, spreadsheets, legacy systems, and even flat files. So the process is very simple. And but at the core of this process, many things happen. Although the most appealing part of BI systems, are the visual aspects of it, such as, for example, data visualization capabilities, the reporting, the dashboarding. The utility of BI and analytic deployments require other extremely important functional features. For example, taking into account data collection and integration, the way we prepare or we do data preparation and quality, the place where we store the information using data warehouses and data marts, and the way we do the actual analysis. We use those, the way we use those tools. And for example, a very distinctive feature is the what we call the online analytical processing. We can slice and dice and change information and group information in many different ways. So these are core elements of the business intelligence process. Now, a long time, and while these four elements could be considered core within a BI solution till this day, the fundamental aspects of such systems have expanded to add many other data analysis elements. And with this, many BI and analytics solutions have been adding, for example, tools for statistical analysis, tools for data mining, tools for predictive analytics, to do enterprise performance management, whether it's planning, forecasting, budgeting, etc. Data storing, of course, has become a very strong feature in many BI and analytics tools. And of course, at the end of the day, artificial intelligence. This is a very important feature that it's being considered today. Now, even though with this evolution, and keeping all this in mind, at their fullest potential, BI analytics solutions many times can offer support for main four main benefits, or have four main benefits. Of course, having better business decisions across functional areas, provide improved availability, security, and quality of information, the information that we're analyzing. Of course, enhancing the analysis of critical business data so we can enable improved monitoring and analyze and control control all the areas of the organization. And as a consequence, have an improved alignment between the organization's business activities and, of course, the strategic objectives that we have. Yet, at the end of the day, BI, as many other business enterprise software tools, BI efforts are generally focused on increasing profit, realizing a positive return, and realizing a positive return on investment. Of course, using data for that. Yeah, because, well, data are like onions, and onions have layers, right? So uh, once we have a path to BI, then we need to describe the other component, the other component of augmented analytics, starting with AI, which is the second component. And definitions of AI are abundant, even sometimes can be even a bit contradictory, but most agree with the essential principles provided by the Encyclopedia Britannica as the definition of AI, for example, to take it as the ability of a digital computer or a computer-controlled robot to perform tasks commonly associated with intelligent beings. And intelligent beings meaning, or intelligent meaning specifically certain things. One of those is learning, which we will explore a little bit later. So, contrary to common belief, AI as a technology has a long history of evolution. We're talking about the 1960s, and as such, the definition and the path of development has also been diversified in a way. So today, AI technologies are not used only to create intelligent devices and robots, but also to be embedded within common enterprise software solutions, so we can add certain capabilities that they didn't have in the past. Now, while speaking with peers and customers, like I said, we often talk about self-driving cars and new generation of robots and other intelligence offerings, and those sound even like a pure magic. But in the trenches of AI-based application development, normally it's all about grouping a set of software techniques for the collection, the processing, the analysis, and the pattern recognition within data that produces results. Most important, and more importantly, enables the system to do one thing: learn, and trigger then a cycle of continuous improvement. Among the multiple set of software technologies that form an AI solution, we can include, for example, natural networks, deep learning networks, and other very sophisticated technologies. But there's one that has become core to the development of AI systems, and that's what we call machine learning, or ML for short. Now, what is machine learning, and how? Let's put a principle on how that works basically. Well, basically ML uses methods such as statistics, neural networks, operation research, and others to automate the analytical model building process. So it makes it possible to find hidden patterns and insights from large data sets. Simply put, ML has to do with the development of mathematical models and algorithms with the ability to do one thing, which we call learn from data input. What the system does with learn is to adapt and subsequently improve the outcome. The concept of learning and machine learning, while far from being simple in reality, I mean to put in place the system, starts with a simple definition. And the simple definition of learning groups three main elements: representation, evaluation, and optimization. With representation, we take a data element called a classifier represented in a formal language, and then the computer can handle and interpret. Then we do the evaluation as a function that distinguishes or evaluates the good and bad classifier, how good or how bad that classifier is. And then, sorry, based on that, we do a process of optimization, which is the method that we use to search from among all these classifiers within the language to find the highest scoring ones, the most important one, the better one, or the best one. Another key element to AI-based systems is, of course, its continuous development cycle, which entails a continuous cycle of feedback and training the system with data, the model with data, to enable continuous improvement of the model. For example, some examples of these development ML and AI functionality include what we have mentioned in the previously, like things such as neural networks and deep learning algorithms. So assuming the availability of a proper set of data, which is key for us, a proper set of data, these models can be put to good use within many areas of enterprise software, including BI and analytics systems. And also it has been follow a progressive adoption within many industries and lines of business. So just for a last clarification on what AI is that to make it possible to apply these basic principle, AI-based systems rely on a totally different software development model approach. So rather than using the traditional model based on algorithms, traditional algorithms use rigid stepwise procedures for solving problems and produce fixed and predictable outcomes. So we follow kind of a sequence of instruction, while AI-based systems use a software based on heuristics and make a series of educated guesses and exploration over data, so they can produce not necessarily exact and predictable results, but improved approximations to the result that we want to get. So this is, again, a principle about learning and improving over time. Now, taking into consideration that, how is AI being adopted within the software and hardware technologies? Well, we can identify it can be happen in many ways, but we can identify three major ways in which AI is being adopted by software developers into their enterprise software stacks. The first one is, of course, the development of frameworks and platforms that allow organizations to develop their own AI-based solution. This is a great way to do it, but of course it has a difficulty because you need to have the resources, both human and technical, to develop your own AI-based solutions. The second is, of course, vendors fully developing AI-powered solutions that look to replace traditional ones. So they have new AI-based, totally AI-powered solutions that replace traditional solutions. And the third option is that many vendors have new version of existing software solutions, and they keep incorporating AI-based capabilities to enhance traditional ones. For example, how did they do that? Well, they embed AI code within the application, or by providing AI-based application extensions via APIs and others. So in the second and third methods are of special interest for us because they present a common formula by which AI technologies are being gaining prominence within new and traditional enterprise software solutions. So ERP, CRMs are increasingly adding AI capabilities to their stacks. But regardless of the exact model of incorporation, the question remains now as to what the common functions that AI-based tools perform within enterprise software. And well, again, there are many ways in which AI is being collaborating with enterprise software. But again, I want to distinguish three basic features. One is that AI capabilities can add intelligence to the system for example, by learning how users interact with the software. So they can detect, the system can detect, learn, and suggest automation and or improvement of key operations and processes. So they can suggest new ways of doing things. How do they do that? Well, they suggest new ways to optimize the system operation based on the detection of new and more efficient pathways. So you have a process, but the system is able to learn from that operation and detect or find ways to efficient the process. And third, we can enable the system to perform service diagnostics and automatically detect, learn, and modify or correct a specific process. One thing that is happening within enterprise software is that the software is increasingly being able to perform auto diagnostics. And we have examples of that. For example, one example, just to mention, is the new Oracle's autonomous data warehouse, which basically, using ML and using artificial intelligence, it automates the full operation cycle of the database. So we need less and less administration or database administration efforts. Normally, human interaction start diminishing. We have also, for example, Data Robot, a company that it's now creating an automated machine learning service. So what it does is it simplifies and shortens the development process of new AI-based applications. How? Detecting the problem and the best possible way to solve it in automatic form. And then we have, for example, others talking specifically about BI and analytics, Outliers automated business analysis service, which in a way aims to automate the analysis process and identify not just patterns in data, but most importantly, data outliers, so we can identify things that are exceptions that are happening in the system and learn along with it. So we have many different examples of things that are happening in the industry right now. But well, let's always think about artificial intelligence has a limit, right? So now that we defined the both elements of augmented analytics, which is BI and AI, really, what is augmented analytics? Well, the easy answer to this question, and like I'm writing here with the formal definitions aside, is that augmented analytics is the addition of AI, specifically the addition of AI technologies to our BI and analytics software, so we can enhance and boost the efficiency of BI and analytics. Now, how is this happen? Well, the immersion of AI within BI software actually produces better analytic solutions. But how? Well, let's take a two-way approach. One is to look internally of how AI can help BI and analytics evolve internally. And from the inside of the BI process, AI can help on virtually any stage of the BI and analytics cycle, from the data preparation and collection to the analysis and data visualization and reporting. How can the system do that? Well, augmented analytics functionality can help, for example, in data preparation by learning the common errors of the system. When we're collecting the data and preparing the data, the system can learn how users deal with information and have an in a step have an automated error detection system. So the system can detect automatically typing or typing errors, format errors, or others such as, for example, blanks, special characters that will enable the system to do, for example, auto typing and auto completion of data. Of course, this takes time, and the system needs to learn. But on time, the data preparation process will be shortened by this. And believe me, those that do data preparation know what this means. The other is to detect and perform with increasing accuracy things such as auto joins of tables and perform automated data modeling. It's something that in the past it used to happen, but it was very rigid. Now the system can learn about tables, about joins, about the features of the tables, and try to come up with a model that will serve our purpose based on what the user or the organization is doing. On the analysis side, what can happen on the analysis side? Things such as next step recommendations. So a user is doing a certain type of process for analysis, and the system once it learns how the user, how the organization uses the data and analyze the data, provide a next step recommendation. What should be next, or what could be next within the analysis. And of course, the automatic generation of patterns and insights. So we let the system to help us find correlations, find certain patterns, find certain outliers even. So those are things that can make more our process more agile in a way of speaking. And for example, on the data visualization and reporting part, well, it goes to visual object recommendation. So based again on experience, what are the best objects to visualize the data? Certain type of graph, certain type of table, certain type of report, even certain type of tool that it was not used, voice, letter, email sending, etc. Certain types of processes that can help make the process more efficient. And it goes to the fact that it can even in some cases provide a full analytics automation aspect of it, so we can generate visual elements right from the data collection to the visual portion of it, to the insights insights presentation. So what are the benefits then of augmented analytics? Well, first of all, one of the clear benefits is easing and reducing the analytics process overall. So it takes a little bit less time. It automates some of the aspects of it. It learns again and provide us with increasing improvement. It provides an increased automation of key analytics processes, data quality, integration, report delivery, etc. Of course, enhances the efficiency and confidence of the analytics process because it reduces human error. It reduces human interaction. That could be very important in certain aspects of the BI and analytics process, and consequently, of course, delivering faster value. Consequently, one of the important things about augmented analytics against traditional BI, I guess, is the possibility of provide more automated tools for doing analytics and to provide insights. Less human interaction, more automation, and a less time-consuming cycle of overall of the process. So we took a look into the inside. Now let's take a look at the outside. And this is also another important thing that augmented analytics advances can do, can extend the capabilities of BI and analytics solutions. So I normally use this pyramid to show some of the levels of what we know in terms of BI and analytics solutions and the level of results that they can provide. So While traditional BI and analytic solutions assume that users already know what they would like to analyze and how, so we need a very specific set of rules. For example, they may have generated an hypothesis to test, and they want to know how many products we sold from this or that store. How many services are we providing to in certain places? We know already the type of insight we are expecting to uncover. But augmented analytic solutions can remove the assumption or can help us to create new assumptions by starting with a pattern of discovery. And that enables a broader window of insight gathering. So we can uncover new relationships, we can uncover new correlations, and we can detect new outliers in data, and not just necessarily know that what we sold or which region is selling the most products or certain products, but why. What are the correlations between many different elements? So furthermore, the continuous evolution of augmented analytics is now expected to render more improvements to the analytics arsenal. And so it enables us to reach, according to some experts, a cognitive state. So we start with a descriptive process. What happened? What is happening? To a predictive one. What could happen? What we should do when we are in a prescriptive stage? What should we do? What action should we take? To a cognitive state when machine and humans interact, and we find a path for what is the best action to take. We have a better decision support system based not just on the data and the what, the why, the when, and the how. So these are things that can be provided by these types of tools. So we can provide analytics automation, service autonomous decision, and of course, again, like I said, being a companion to the support for humans, providing clear decision paths and augmenting the company's ability to provide intelligence to make decisions. So in essence, the evolution from traditional to augmented analytics solutions involve a really nice transformation from a descriptive and predictive analytics process to a truly proactive and cognitive one. Is it easy? No, but it's achievable. Now, to finalize, many people ask me, well, what's there in the market of augmented analytics? Which are the companies providing these types of services? Well, we have a plethora of companies providing this, from the ones that we already know, IBM, SAP, Oracle, mostly with new versions or improved versions of the products they already had in analytics, to really new ones, Answer Rocket, ThoughtSpot, Yellowfin, relatively new, Tellu, Sisense. Again, there's a plethora of currently available products that you can check out. So don't be shy and just give it a look. If you already have a BI analytics solution or you don't have one, you might benefit from the acquisition of a new automated augmented analytics solution. And just a quick shout out to those that think that big data and BI is a not stressful job. That's what says Mario. This is a testament to that. And thank you, and let me know if you have any question.
Thank you so much, Jorge. That was fantastic. Very interesting. I never miss a moment when it comes to your presentations that you're doing today. In fact, I even learned a lot. I don't know if you can see me or hear me. Can you see me or hear me?
I can hear you, but
Okay, great.
I can't see you.
How about now?
Now I
Fantastic.
can see you.
Great. And I love the images. Wonderful. So we do have a few questions from the audience, but before we get to the ones in the chat, I wanted to open it up and see if anybody has any questions. If you do, please raise your hand and we can go ahead and let you in. Open the mics for you. Danielle, I don't know if you're there, if you can see any of the hands
No,
raised.
no raised hand at the moment.
Not right now. Okay, perfect. Well, listen, I have a few questions over here in the chat that had come through that I'd like to, if that's okay, Jorge, I'll bring them to you.
Good.
This one says, so does this mean that having a traditional BI solution becomes obsolete then?
No, not really. I think it only opens the door for improvement. So if you have a bit, you might just need a BI and analytics solution, a traditional one, and based on a really thoughtful evaluation, you might just need a BI and analytics solution. You don't have complex processes to take care of. Of course, it's always beneficial to acquire, and most of it, most important, most of these new vendors, the new versions will be acquiring these types of augmented analytics capabilities. So for example, we're talking about, for example, Tableau or Power BI. They're increasingly incorporating. So my guess is that there will be a point where augmented analytics will be just kind of a common word that will be absorbed by analytics technologies. So it will be existing there. So I don't think, if you don't feel the need for a new one, not necessarily. But of course, it's always good to have new ways to if make the analytics process more efficient.
Interesting. Thank you for that. Another question that we have is it better to acquire a new augmented solution rather than a new BI version with the augmented analytics within?
Well, again, that depends many times on if you already have a BI analytics solution. Chances are that if you're used to that and you're happy with the service that you're being provided with, you might want to stick with the solution if the augmented analytics features, the new features they offer, will be enough for you. If not, well, you might consider a new augmented analytics solution. But again, it depends on what are your needs within the company. Many times it goes into the fact that if you're use already a BI and analytics tool and you're happy with it, you might stick with the tool you have and just wait for those new, those new features that will help you enhance your BI processes.
Okay. Okay. And are augmented analytics solutions at reach for small and medium organizations, or is this
Of
something we only expect for large
of course,
organizations?
we just mentioned Tableau, Yellow, and we can mention Yellowfin, Outlier. There's a new generation of tools that offer, or they're self-described as augmented analytic solutions. So you can find them everywhere around the world. So there's a brand set of new tools to do that with small and medium-sized companies. So the price is not that high, and you can have a fair amount of good options there.
I have a personal question, if that's okay, Jorge.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to know, how can this help in the supply chain industry? We're seeing a whole lot of issues right now. Can this kind of business intelligence and artificial intelligence really help in the supply chain
Well,
sector?
of course. So I think the supply chain is one of those industries or segments of the market where analytics is extremely important, and many supply chain vendors already have analytics offerings within their own set of products. But if you feel that's not enough, of course you can take advantage of these new tools. New software tends to be able to connect with many other existing enterprise software solutions. So I think that yes, I mean the straight answer is yes. It's very beneficial because again, I think, and even more today is more important than ever with all that
Absolutely.
happened. I don't want to remember that, but with all that happened, it's extremely important to have a good set of analytics tools to take advantage of, because yeah, it became extremely important to, especially on these uncertain conditions.
Yeah, we do see how some ports are still holding,
Oh yeah.
it's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, we do want to thank you today for your time. If there's any last questions, I'd like to give the opportunity for that. Thank you for those that did supply the questions. We really appreciate them. Jorge, it's always a pleasure working with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
And have a good day.
technology.
You too.
You too. Thank you, and you have a great day too. Anyone that that has joined us today or registered for this webinar will be receiving a copy of the recording via email. If you have any questions and you'd like to speak to Jorge directly, you can find him on LinkedIn. You can also find him at www.technologyevaluation.com. Thank you, and you guys have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.